have Ricky and Dixie on here. Did you want to come on and say hello? And Justin's children, are you ready to say hello to us? Or not? Okay, well, when you're ready, you guys come on and say hello to us because I know you're on there, and I don't know if there are any other boys and girls that would like to
I
say.
think Trudy's children out there too. Hey, Trudy.
Okay, okay. Well, when you're ready, you guys come on and say hello to us 'cause I
I'm
know you're
sorry, I
on
heard
there,
you.
and I don't know if there are. Okay, okay, just making sure that your kitties are all gathered around.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're not gathered today. They're in the yard.
Hi.
They're in the yard
oh,
playing.
okay, okay. Well, here's a little guy. That looks like a little guy from upstate New York or something.
Yep, it is. That's Ted.
Hi, Ted. Well, welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Stay on, but you can watch. I'm going to show you something on my screen, and I want to see if there's one of the boys and girls that can tell what it is. Okay? So here we go. And what do you suppose this is? Anybody have an idea? What do we have here? What do you think? Ted, do you have an idea of what that is?
Tell her. What is it? Beehive.
Okay,
That's a
okay,
beehive.
good. You said beehive. That's right. Somebody's got it. Now, when you first look at this, you think, why would somebody want to tell a story about this?
There's big old bees inside it. Okay.
Yeah. So let's take a look and see. Now let's see if I can get it to the next slide. Okay, so there's the guy that's inside it. That's not just a bee, that's a wasp. Those are the ones that can really sting you. So why would I be telling a story about this guy? He doesn't look too friendly, does he? But you know what? There's a difference between a bee
Is that a yellow jacket or what?
yeah, the one on the right is a yellow jacket. Yeah, you could call a wasp a yellow jacket, and the other one is a honeybee. The wasp will keep on stinging you, and the honeybee doesn't like to sting you. They just mainly like to land on the flowers, and they don't like to sting you because once they sting you, that's the end of them because they sting you when they can't live anymore. But the wasp can keep on stinging you. Well, why would I want to tell you a story about somebody like that? And the reason I just thought
bee's face is wasp means something very superior. A wasp fight. I'm gonna silence him.
okay, very good, Ted. Very good. Well, the reason that I thought it was interesting was I started to wonder how do they make those nests? How do they do that? And so I was kind of curious and I started reading it. And you know, if you asked somebody, when was paper invented? They might tell you, oh, paper was invented in China, probably in the first century. But no, paper was invented by wasps because they make it. And how do they make those nests? Well, what they do, they find old boards and they scrape the boards so that they can get some pieces of the wood. And then they chew on the wood and they mix it up with their saliva. Now, you know how if you want to make a bubble, you're taking your tongue and you're trying to play with that gum to get it just the right shape? Well, that's what they do. They play with that wood in their mouth, and God made it so special that their saliva is working with it, and they shape it and shape it, and they get it to that perfect little shape, that little hexagon, that six-sided shape, and they make another one. They make about 200 of them. And it's only the queens that are doing it because all the rest of the wasps die off during the winter. And all is left is the queens. So all the queens get together and they decide who's the queen bee of all the queens. And how do they decide it? She starts telling all the other queens what to do. She's like, you go over here, you go over here. Okay, you go find that wood, you go find that wood. And together they work and they make those nests. And they make them perfectly. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my goodness, there could be 200 cells in there and their nests last for a year." So I just thought that was so interesting that God plans everything down to the detail, even putting in the saliva of the bee exactly what's needed to turn wood into paper before we even invented it. So how would you like to work with me now and try to draw one of those bees? You think you'd like to? We're going to draw the wasp. So let's see how we do. I am going to put my whiteboard up, and people are going to be saying, "Why do you want to draw a wasp?" But I just thought it was interesting. So get your pencils ready. I got to get my black one. I got to put it on a thinner line as I start to draw. And let's see how we do drawing this. Insects have different parts of their bodies, right? So we're going to have to make sure we get all the body parts in. And let's see. Okay, and I know a lot of the grown-ups like to draw too. So we're going to start with the head over here. It's kind of rounded, but then the chin part, I'm going to call it the chin, is a little narrower. Then we have the next body part right behind it. So we're going to make this. And then we have their big bottom. Let's call it their bottom. All right. And we're going to make this coming up. I hope you're all drawing with me. Then they're going to have a big eye over here. And then we're going to have the side of the eye that we can see. And then they've got some other yellow parts over there we'll put on later. Got to make their antennas over here. And then we're going to have to make their wings. The wings kind of look flat. Christine, you want to help me with some muting if we need it, please, while I'm drawing? All right, we can put a feet here. And then we got something else here. How they have segments to their legs. They have different parts of them, don't they? And then we'll put one over here. You can see this one. They don't always look like they're the same size because it's the angle that you can see them from. So you don't want to make them look in the exact same size because it has to do with the perspective of the picture. All right, now comes the fun part. We get to put in all the different colors. I'm going to get my pen a little thicker. Let's just see here. We're going to put in somewhere their eye, and you never make all the eye colored in, right? Because you got to leave a little glint to the eye where the light comes in, right? Okay, and we're going to make the top of the head is going to be kind of a black spot up here. We can give them a little black down here. It doesn't really look like a face, just kind of, because the pictures that I looked at didn't look like, it's not like you're going to see a mouth or something, but you're just going to see the different colors and the different patterns on there. I like coloring at the end part. That's kind of fun. I'm going to do, if you have a highlighter, when you do the wings, you want to make them very light. So if you happen to have a highlighter, it's almost better because they'll look like they're, do you know what I mean by translucent and transparent? If it's translucent, you can see right through it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to erase that line. Sorry. I'm going to change that to a black line because I think I forgot to make the other wing, didn't I? The other wing is going right across here. Hey, what's that green line? I didn't put that there. What? I didn't put that there. That's strange. I don't know where that came from. Huh. There was a rogue artist. Let's just go to this. Okay. All right, let's get this colored in here for the other wing. Make it, if you have a highlighter, make it look kind of transparent so it's lighter so that the light reflects through it. All right, and we will go back and make a few little kind of veins in the wings. What? I don't know what this other stuff is that's showing up on my screen. Are you guys seeing some random lines coming on here? Well, all right, let's go back to this and let's get some um, nice black over here. All righty, there we go. And we'll put, let's see, kind of, we're going to have a yellow spot. I'm looking at a picture of an actual wasp as I'm drawing this. But it's just amazing that they can chew that wood. I just thought that was so interesting because I thought, wow, I see those things all over the place, but I never really think about how they get made. So I started to wonder, how do they make those nests? And then whenever I found that God gave them special saliva that they can chew it and make it into paper, I thought that is just so interesting. I need to tell the boys and girls all about that. God is just so amazing, isn't he? Okay, we're going to put the stripes on the body now. But again, they don't have to be perfect, you know. They can each look a little different and they get a little wider. And it's not always just exact stripes that I'm finding. Um, there's kind of some circular looking ones and square looking ones. So they look different. I'm sure every wasp is different, but please do not get close enough to find out. I mean, we think these are rather amazing, but that doesn't mean we want to start trying to look at them up close, for sure. For sure. All right, so we'll put some black in here. Hope you guys are following along. And you notice I sent a newsletter. I finally sent a newsletter. I've been very busy writing some books for children, which I'll show you. Maybe I'll do that for a story sometime. I've been finishing up some of my stories for children and some books. So I was finally able to get a newsletter out, and I put Ricky's picture of Pipsqueak in there. So I hope you enjoyed that. You guys send me some more things. I will certainly get them posted somewhere. Let's just see here. All right, give a little bit of color down in here because it's darker underneath, so I'm going to make it a little bit of a shadow. You guys are following along. Even on the leg, you don't have to put, fill it all in because you want it to look a little bit of a reflection there. And then I'm going to, well, let's do this. A little bit of a reflection on this one. So that's how the light reflects. That's how you really tell a shape, when you see patterns of light. And learning to be an artist is about learning to see things. You just have to look really, really carefully at things. All right, let's see. I'm gonna kind of do a little something here. All right, and let's go finish out our legs. Let's see. Getting close now. You're going to have a picture of something that you only want to look at as a picture. You don't want to get up close to this guy. But remember, in the winter, they all die off except for the queens. And the queens hide, like in cracks of cement over the winter. So if you see anything like the nest, if it's deserted, then you can get a better look at it. But I think we're about done with our hornet. What do you think, guys? You like them? Okay, I am going to stop the share. Well, wait. I'm going to put in something else just to make the wings look a little better. I'm going to put in a tiny...
Where's the stinger?
Oh, the stinger. I'm going to show you where the stinger is in a minute. And I don't know. Okay.
Actually, can all the other kids come here?
I don't know about that, but I'm going to show you where the stinger is. Watch this now. Watch this. I'm going to put the stinger in there. Just 1 minute. Here, oops, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Here goes the stinger.
There it is.
There it is. The stinger. So you don't want.
Now look what I made.
Okay, I'm going to look at yours. Let me stop my share. Let me stop my share. Okay, let's see yours. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to spotlight it. Keep holding it up. I'm going to put it so everybody can see it, Ted. Look at that. Ted, I like it a lot. Great job. That's really nice. Really nice. I really like that. Thank you.
Yep, there you are.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
Actually, women are staying here for a while, and then we'll come way back.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, Ted. Sounds like
Thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Theirs? Who else is holding theirs up? Oh, wow. Okay, let me get you spotlighted. Oh, my goodness. Look at you, Ricky. Isn't
Wow, that is
You're gonna
really
have
good,
to do
Vicky.
the drawings when I can't do it. I
Wow.
think I'm going to have you lead everybody. Have you ever tried to draw on the iPad or on a tablet or anything? You're going to have to try so you can demonstrate.
He's an artist.
Very nice.
Yeah, Dixie, what do you have? And then Trudy's kids, I'm going to look at you, but go ahead, Dixie. Let's see what you have.
She's looking.
Okay. Okay. She's got so many artworks in there, she can't even find it. And just Trudy's kids, I'm going to get to you in 1 minute. This is so exciting to see what everyone's doing. You have it?
No, she's lost it. It's okay.
Okay, we can come back to you. We can come back to you. All right, I'm going to put the spotlight now over here. Just let's see. Okay. Oh, wow.
Very good, Jeremiah.
Wow.
Nice,
Look
Jeremiah.
at that. Great job. All these artists.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
You did that, Jeremiah?
Very nice.
Isn't that oh, look at this.
Oh, beautiful.
You did that all by yourself?
And make a grasshopper.
Yes. Good job.
Huh? What are you watching?
You.
Oh,
I like
I know
that.
I heard
Sister
Shantina
Doreen
Yes, it's Auntie Shantina.
Joanne.
Very good.
does the
Wow. Wow.
story
Anybody else
with
want
them.
to show
Right.
theirs?
And the
Nice, very nice. Thank you so much. We'll have a little prayer now, and then our children's church will be over, but we will have another story later on. So be sure that you tune in for our church service and you guys will get to hear another story. Dear Father in heaven, we just thank you so much for every beautiful boy and girl that joins us and for the gifts and the talents you've given them. I pray that you will put your hand over them and their families this week and just keep them safe and keep them walking in your love and grace. In Jesus' name, amen.
See, I always come prepared for a children's story. And I always have interesting things that I keep in my wallet. And we still have some kids on with us, I hope. But I keep something in my pocket, my wallet, and I don't know whether you can see what it says or not.
Put it down. There you go, right there.
Yeah. This is the entire Bible, Genesis to Revelation, on microfilm. You can read it, can't you? It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, right? You can't read that? I can read it. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, John 3:16. I can see it right there on the Bible. When somebody asks me where my Bible is, I've always got my Bible on me. Yeah, it actually does take a microscope to read it, but it's always there. And the Bible, through the years, there was a time when there weren't printing places that would print Bibles, and there wasn't the internet so that you could look up the Bible on the internet. I always am on. There's one internet site that I am on several times a week. It's called Bible Gateway. And you can look up any verse in any particular translation of the Bible. and read it, and in any language actually. And that's quite interesting. And you know, I have. If you've been to my house, you know that I have a number of Bibles in my home. They're Bibles that are study Bibles. They're Bibles that are different translations. The New International Version is a very good translation. The New American Standard is. New King James. They're all good translations of the Bible, so that I can look it up and see what it says and how it phrases it in each of these translations. And then I have, you know, some very old Bibles. I have a Bible that was published in the early 1800s. And I have some other Bibles that I have the first Bible I ever owned. I have all of those, and it's important. But what is most important about the Bible is not that I have it on microfilm, not that I have all these Bibles. What's the most important about the Bible is where I put the Bible. And what's most important about where we put the Bible is that we are constantly putting it in our hearts. We need to read the Bible and study it. You know, one of the stories that I remember that touched me the most was about my brother-in-law, Pastor Mark Finley, who held meetings in Russia. And they were giving away Bibles. And there was a line that stretched for blocks in that city when they were giving out Bibles, people wanting so badly to have their own Bibles. And I remember being told about how by Mark's daughter, Rebecca, and how when they ran out of Bibles, there were people in the line who began to weep uncontrollably because they thought they had lost their one chance to actually have the Bible, one that they could own and take home with them. And we don't understand what we have, the value of what we have. So what's most important about the Bible is not that it's on microfilm, not that it's a big Bible, but that we are taking the words of the Bible and putting it on our hearts. That's what's most important.
Thank you, Pastor Eric.